Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, we're just going to do another velocity banking review and talk about how we can be smarter than the average bear. You all remember Yogi Bear? That was his catchphrase. Well, I don't know how smart bears are when it comes to their finances, but if we learn this thing called velocity banking, I think we can be smarter than our average bear. And I don't know if you ever seen like The Simpsons, but there's this really funny Yogi Bear parody I just want to start off with before we get started with the whole velocity banking review.
Hey, Bart. Looks like a beautiful day to swipe some picnic baskets.
But homie, Ranger Ned's not gonna like that.
I'll handle Ranger Ned. After all, I'm smarter than the average bear.
Smarter than the average bear. But look, Ranger Ned's coming. Let's see what he's got to say.
Well, hello there, ho diddly-o-me. Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over that pick.
Gee, homie, it's not very nice to maul Ranger Ned.
You want some of this?
I bet you weren't expecting that. All right, well, let's get started with velocity banking. So, what is velocity banking? All it is a debt payoff strategy where you use your line of credit as your main operating account, line of credit. So, in order to do velocity banking, we only need two things. Number one is a budget, which we have right here. Actually, let me erase this. And in order to do velocity banking, you got to write down all your income, your expenses, do an expense breakdown, list down every single debt that we have, and also include your general expenses like food, gas, insurance, and all that. Now, the difference between the average American and the velocity banking, when we talk about in the context of velocity banking, is not your income, it's about what's your main operating account. So when we do, I'm sorry, I'm burping. I'm burping. I don't know why I'm burping. But when we do our budget, right? As an average American, we use our checking account as our main operating account and we pay off all of our debts, all of our bills, and then after all of our bills, we put things in our savings. So the whole point of this is that we're not going to save money at all, right? So this is going to be zero and then we're going to have an idea called cash flow, right? Cash flow um and the whole idea is to increase this cash flow number even on day one, right? With the help of a line of credit. Now, if you're making this good money, you have all this debt and you have $400 left over in savings, will the bank give you what you call a line of credit? The answer is probably not because banks don't lend money to people who need it. But for the sake of this example, just to make it easy, we're going to assume we have access to a line of credit. And what's a line of credit? All it is a financial tool where you could borrow money, pay back, and then use it over and over again. That's all line of credit is, right? So hold on, let me do this, right? Okay. Oopsie. So for today's example, we're gonna assume we have access to a $150,000 line of credit. So $150,000, you might be freaking out, but I actually have a $280,000 line of credit. So just a kind of quick review of what a line of credit is. All it is a financial tool. You could borrow money, pay it back, and then use it over and over again, right? And so if you have a credit card, that's a line of credit. But the beauty of home equity and personal lines of credit is that you can use it to pay for anything, right? Like a credit card, you're restricting how you pay for it. Okay. So what we're going to do is dump all our money into the line of credit. And we're going to start off by moving some of our debt into the line of credit. So we have these four credit cards, and that's $112,000 in credit card debt that we're going to simply do a balance transfer on. And guess what happens to these payments? Oh my goodness. These four credit cards go to zero. And we literally, it's almost like a 10x multiplier, went from $404 of savings to no savings to $4,100 of cash flow. And so the final step is we put our entire paycheck into the line of credit, take our expenses out, and then rinse and repeat over and over again. Oh my goodness, look how easy that is. And just to see how this looks like in real life, oh my goodness, it's so easy. Money comes in, money goes out into the line of credit, and your bank account stays, this balance is going to zero, right? And you see this right here, zero savings in our checking or savings or whatever, right? And so let's go ahead and calculate the next month's balance plus the next month's interest minus our cash flow, which is 4104.91. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take the average daily balance, multiply it by the interest rate, which is 0.08 divided by 12. And then we're going to copy and paste. So copy and paste, paycheck in, expenses out, paycheck in, expenses out. And then after every single month, we're going to keep paying that down until this sucker goes to 0 or negative, right? So in 31 months, we paid off that line of credit, all that credit card debt. Look how easy that was. So 31 months to pay off 112K, okay? And then now let's tackle on the auto loan, student loan, or mortgage. Which one do we tackle? Luckily, we have a loan calculator for us to figure that one out. Now, some people will say, hey, tackle the student loan because that's the highest interest rate. And some people might say, hey, tackle the auto loan because it has the lowest balance. Now, here's why I would tackle the auto loan is because it gives us the most cash flow for paying it off. I pay 12 grand, I get $449 of cash flow. I pay this 39 grand, I only get $555 of cash flow. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. I got the burpees. All right, so let me go ahead and move this loan into the line of credit, which we'll do right now. So I'm going to move it into the line of credit, and I'm going to do this right here. And then this is going to be plus 12551.15. And then this is what I'm going to do here. This auto loan payment now goes to 0. And then now our cash flow has increased by the amount of the auto loan payment. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to copy and paste. And then this is going to be 4554.13, right? And let me do this. And I'm going to copy and paste. Look at that. In 2 months, we paid off the auto loan. That is so simple, right? So now, it's 33 months. And so it's 112 plus 33. So that's 145K, right? And so now in 33 months, we got to figure out the balance of these other loans. So 33. Okay, so I'm going to tackle the student loan first, but I'm not necessarily going to move this into a line of credit. Same with the mortgage, right? Because if I move this 3% mortgage into a $221,000 line of credit, I only get $909 get back in cash flow. So the easiest way, or the easiest, safest way to pay it off with the line of credit is using what we call a chunking method. And just a quick demonstration, what we're going to do is move some of the principal into the line of credit, right? So let's just go right here. I'm going to add $9,000 plus 9000, and then keep doing what we've been doing, and we see that in 2 months it gets paid off. Let's do it again, right? 1, 2, and then we see that in the next 2 months it gets paid off, and you see how easy it is. Oh my gosh, it is so easy. So luckily we got a Velocity Banking calculator for this, where we just got to type in the deets, and then we get spits out a number, right? And so let me copy and paste this right here. So what's the number that we're doing? So 3590.77, whoopsie. 3590.77 is our living expenses. And what's our original balance? Okay, our original balance is, I don't even know what our original balance is. Oh, right, it's $50,000. Okay, $50,000 at 6% for 10 years, and then the payment amount is 990.7. No, it is 555.1, and then I just gotta do the current balance, which is right here, 39082.92. So 39082.92. Okay, so 0.7 years, it's been completely paid off. So 0.7 years. So now it's gonna be 33 plus 0.7 times 12. So it's 42 months. And that's, I believe, 195K. I believe. All right. So let's go ahead and now we're just going to re-update this for the mortgage. So this is now going to be 2,600. And then now we just got to put in everything, all the loan details here. So this is going to be a 30-year mortgage. What's the payment now? 990.77. What's the interest rate? 3%. And I believe we started at 235,000, 235,000. And then what's the current balance? The current balance is 221,145.78. So 221,145.78. Oh my goodness. We paid this off in 3.2 years. Look how easy that was. 3.2 years. Let me do a dramatic zoom. Dramatic zoom. All right. So let's just go here and let's see. 42 divided by 12 plus 3.2. Yeah. 6.7 years. Debt free. Debt free. Right? And that's what makes us smarter than the average bear. So you choose your animal if you want to be a bear or you're a goat, right? And why do we choose a goat? Because ChatGPT was like, hey, you paid off your mortgage in 2 years and 9 months, therefore you're the goat of debt payoff. Because I think the statistics was like, if you pay it off in 2 years and 9 months, that's like beating 1% of the mortgage holding population. Because most people don't do that. But you could be a goat or a bear, right? If you're a bear, then you're smarter than the average bear, because that's what we do when we do velocity banking. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. So just a quick video, just a quick review. Crank it out before I go to sleep because I probably won't make a video tomorrow because I got stuff I got to do. So have a good night and we will see you on the next video.